This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video I will analyze the Ashland Stakes at Keeneland on Friday, April 4th. And this is a Kentucky Oaks 2025 points race. And through 29 races on my Road to the Oaks video series, my top choices have 13 wins, 4 runner-up finishes, and 4 show finishes. 2 of my top choices have scratched, so I'm 13 for 27 on the Road to the Oaks. I went 2 for 2 on my Road to the Oaks videos last weekend. I'm posting 3 Oaks videos this weekend. The Gazelle, already posted that one at Aqueduct. The Ashland here at Keeneland I'm doing for this video. And then the Santa Anita Oaks, I'll post that later this week. And the early weather forecast for April 4th at Keeneland calls for a 70% chance of scattered thunderstorms with a high temperature of 68. Now we're going to meet the field for the 2025 Ashland Stakes, and I will give out my contenders from last to first. This race will be run Friday, April 4th, 2025, the 9th race at Keeneland. Grade 1, $750,000 Ashland, 3-year-old fillies, a mile and a 16th on the main track. Scheduled post time 5:16 p.m. Eastern. And look forward is number 1 in here for trainer Michael McCarthy. Mario Gutierrez, her regular rider, stays put. She was a well-beaten 7th in the Grade 3 Honeybee last time. Cara is number 2 for trainer Mark Cassie. Dylan Davis is the pilot, and she finished 2nd in the Devona Dale last time out as the beaten favorite. Number 3, Supa Speed for trainer John Sadler. Joel Rosario is going to ride her for the first time. She's shipping in from Southern California. She just missed in the Grade 3 Santa Isabel on the main track last time out. Number 4, Muhimma for trainer Brad Cox. Flavian Pratt is going to ride her for the first time. She's had 4 starts with 3 wins and a show finish. That show finish was in the Grade 3 Honeybee last time out. Number 5 here is Running Away for trainer Wesley Ward. And she's won her last 2 starts, including the Busanda Stakes last time out, a Kentucky Oaks points race. Number 6, Take Charge Milady for trainer Kenny McPeak. Brian Hernandez Jr. will ride her for the first time. She won the Martha Washington Stakes, a Kentucky Oaks points race in January, and then she was 10th in the Honeybee Stakes last time. Amarth is number 7 for trainer Eddie Keneally, and last time out in the Busher, a Kentucky Oaks points race, she finished a close 2nd. Luis Saez is aboard. Finally, number 8, Admit for trainer Thomas Drury Jr., and Jose Ortiz is going to ride her for the first time. She competed in Kentucky Oaks points races in her last 2 starts on all-weather ground at Turfway, and she hit the board in both of those races. Now we'll go last to first in the Ashland. The horse that I picked to finish 8th and last is the 7, Amarth. Now she did win 2 races last year, and then she stepped up in class and she finished 6th in an 8-horse field in the Untappable Stakes at Fairgrounds. That was a Kentucky Oaks points race. And then she stalked the pace, she took the lead, and she was run down by Drexel Hill last time out. That was a good runner-up finish at 23-1 odds in the Busher Stakes. But this is a better field, and she's going to need to run faster. The horse that I picked to finish 7th is the 1, Look Forward, and she might have distance limitations. Now, she did win both of her starts around 1 turn, and then she stretched out, she dueled on the lead, and she was 2nd best in the Grade 2 Starlet Stakes at a mile and a 16th. And then she had a slow start, and she never got involved in the Grade 3 Honeybee at Oaklawn on February 23rd. So she's going to need to run better here from that inside post. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get her forwardly placed. The horse I picked to finish 6th is the 6, Take Charge Milady. And she does end up in this race after she scratched out of the Grade 2 Fantasy on March 29th last weekend. And she did win back-to-back dirt route races at Oaklawn in January. And one of those wins was as my top choice in the Martha Washington Stakes, a Kentucky Oaks points race. And then she had early trouble last time. She never got involved. She was well backed at 4-1 odds in the Grade 3 Honeybee. And she's better than that. She's probably, her talents are closer to that Martha Washington, but she'll still need a lifetime best speed rating to beat a field like this. She did have a bullet half-mile workout for this on March 30th. And the horse I picked to finish 5th is the 3, Supa Speed. And she did finish in the top 3 in 5 of her 6 lifetime starts. The only time she didn't finish in the money, she had a terrible trip. So for this one, she did place twice in turf route stakes races, and then she moved over to dirt for the first time last time out in the Grade 3 Santa Isabel Stakes at Santa Anita Park. She chased Maysam, who was the early leader there, and my top choice in that race. And then she ended up missing by a nose. So that was a good effort, and then the top 2 finishers, Maysam and Super Speed, were well clear of the rest of the field. Joel Rosario, her new rider, she's probably going to stalk the pace in here. The horse I picked to finish 4th is the 2, and that's Cara. And she does have 2 Kentucky Oaks points race victories. the Grade 3 Pocahontas Stakes last year, and then the Suncoast Stakes at Tampa Bay earlier this year. So she was 5th in a 9-horse field in the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies to end her 2-year-old season. Then she won the Suncoast. Then last time she chased the pace, and she just did hold second. And she was the beaten favorite in the Grade 2 Devona Dale. That was on March 1st. That was a 1-turn mile. So now she's back out around 2 turns, the 2 turns that she ran like in the Suncoast Stakes. So she'll like the 2-turn distance, I think, and she does have a running style that is versatile. She can go to the front, she can stalk, and she can come from off the pace as well. And this is her 3rd start after a layoff. The horse that I picked to finish 3rd is the 8 Admit. And other than her career debut, she's been right there. She was last in a 7-horse field in her dirt sprint debut, and she did run on dirt one other time, and she finished in 2nd in her 2nd career start. But since then, it's been all-weather races at Turfway Park. And she won back-to-back races on all-weather ground at Turfway in December and January. And then in her last 2 starts, Kentucky Oaks points races on the synthetic surface in the Cincinnati Trophy and the Bourbonnette Oaks. As my top choice, she hit the board in both of those races. So she ran well in those races. Jose Ortiz is her new rider. She has stalking speed, and she's getting back to the main track. We'll see how she does. The horse that I picked to finish 2nd is the 5 Running Away, and this one set the pace in all of her races. Now, her first 2 starts were on turf, and she ended up hitting the board in those races. Then she moved to dirt. She wired the field as the favorite at Churchill Downs in November, and then in her last start, the Busanda Stakes on January 18th, she was my top choice, and she just went all the way that day. And I think this Keeneland track's probably going to be to her liking. She's been stabled at Keeneland since April of 2024. Wesley Ward targets the Keeneland spring meet every year. I would expect that she's going to run a quality race. She'll probably be right up on the pace in here. And my top choice is going to be the 4, Muhimma, and she's been my top-ranked Kentucky Oaks contender for quite some time. But now she's going to need to prove that she deserves that placing, and she's going to hopefully win this race. And for her, she was right up on the pace as the favorite in all of her starts last year, and she won all of those races. And she stretched out in distance, and she controlled the pace, and she won the Grade 2 Demoiselle Stakes, and that was at the end of her juvenile campaign in December. And then she did resurface in the Honeybee Stakes. That was a Grade 3 at Oaklawn, February 23rd. But from that inside post, I thought she was going to make the lead, but her rider, Florin Giroux, did not send her out of there. The 2 outside runners, Quiet Side and 5G, were sent along early, and those 2 horses were able to just keep going. And Quiet Side won the race. 5G was 2nd. Muhimma ended up finishing a clear 3rd, no threat to the top 2 there. And that was a disappointing effort, but the effort's looking a bit better now because Quiet Side did come back, and she won the Grade 2 Fantasy Stakes last weekend. And then 5G won the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks last weekend. So the top 2 finishers from the Honeybee came back and won Kentucky Derby points races, Grade 2 races last weekend. So now that Honeybee is looking like a stronger race. And that was Muhimma's first start of the year. So now her 2nd start of the year here for trainer Brad Cox, $700,000 Munnings filly. She has 4 workouts since that last race. Flavien Prat's her new rider. And I'm expecting Flavien to put her right into the race early in her 2nd start after a layoff. And I think that she's going to possibly get the job done here, especially if she can get out to the lead. She likes to be up close to the pace, and possibly her best work is when she's able to get out to the lead. So I'm hoping Muhimma can run a better race in her 2nd start this year and then move on to the Kentucky Oaks. So Muhimma, my top choice in the Ashland, with the 5 Running Away. My 2nd choice, the 8 Admit, my 3rd choice, and the 2 La Cara rounds out my top 4. I offer Santa Anita full cards each day if you're interested, and I'm also offering a Bluegrass Stakes Day full card on April 5th, in addition to my Santa Anita Derby Day card that same day. So you can purchase my full cards individually, or you can buy the Keeneland and Santa Anita cards together on April 5th as part of my weekly Saturday special for $16. And I am going to include bonus stakes races at Aqueduct as part of my Santa Anita Derby Day full card on April 5th. So go to therunawayhorse.com on my shop page if you want to pre-purchase those cards now. And then when I finish analysis, I will email my analysis later in the week. And I typically send out my full card analysis 1 to 2 days before race day. And I recently debuted a new product at the Runaway Horse, my Kentucky Derby Prep Race Package. And if you purchase that package, you'll get my analysis and wagering strategies for all of the remaining Kentucky Derby points races, my weekly Derby reports, and my Kentucky Derby Day full card at Churchill Downs on the first Saturday in May. And I'm also going to be offering a Kentucky Oaks Day full card this year, just like I did last year. And I always do my annual Triple Crown Series full cards. They're always popular. So go to therunawayhorse.com on my shop page if you're interested in any of my full card products. And if you want a free pick each day, go over to my website, therunawayhorse.com. And at the top, you're going to see a Better Bets blog tab on my homepage. Click there. You'll get a free pick from around the country each day. And like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. And keep checking my channel each day. Lots of Road to the Oaks and Derby video series planned. I have some Today's Racing Digest videos I'm going to be posting on my channel this week. Some video shorts and some other stuff as well. So keep checking each day. I'm going to have new material up each day. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.